Well, howdy y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I am Cy Strikling, and we are back with another episode of Architect's Exodus. We're gonna go ahead and jump right back in, so let's get started. Alright, so to start off today's episode, I am going to go over a few things here that I have done in between episodes. So just a couple of quick things. I did go ahead and I made the Soul Stained Steel armor. Now I didn't put it on yet, and I also haven't collected the quest rewards for it. So we take a look at our quest book. Let's see. So we have our quest rewards here. So we get twisted rune stones from that, and it can be used to apply Unbreaking 2 to any tool or armor piece. However, its twisted energy will be consumed and it will return to its dormant state. So we get those, and we get a magic skill point. So we got these. So let me see. After we use these, so we just combine them in our inventory. So let's see. Let's go like this. So that puts Unbreaking 2. And then we get the dormant one. So let's go ahead and apply Unbreaking 2 to all of our armor pieces. Alright. Then we get these inactive twisted rune stones. And these we can throw into Spirit Fire later on from occultism to get them back to their regular twisted rune stone status and get our Unbreaking 2 back. So we can get them back at some point. So we'll go ahead and throw those in there for now. And I'll go ahead and equip that armor. Alright, let's see how that looks on us here. Alright, looks pretty decent, not too bad. I like the color. It kind of matches the rest of our look here in this area with the purple amethyst everywhere and stuff, so kind of looks pretty cool. I like it. Alright, what else do? We got ourselves an iron backpack from Sophisticated Backpack. So we now have some extra storage for when we're flying around getting some geoers, or if we're getting some souls from monsters, we can go ahead and put some of the extra loot in there so we don't run out of space. But one of the biggest things that we did, I said in the last episode that we were going to work on getting those power flowers up from Project E, so we could get that EMC going. Now, when I first made my power flower, I made 3 of them, and I made them all, I made them all look like this, which I thought was the biggest size you could get, or was how you made a power flower. I didn't realize until I actually watched a video from Chosen Architect. So thank you again, Chosen. You're incredible. Your videos are awesome. I always learn something from your videos. So the way I had made them, let me go ahead and remove all this glowstone, was I had made the 1 energy condenser, a 1 antimatter relay, and then energy collectors all around that 1 antimatter relay, and that was it. And I thought that was all you did. I didn't realize that you can actually fill in all the area around this energy condenser with antimatter relays. So that's what we're gonna do. And I did go ahead and do this with 2 other ones. And so actually, what I've been doing, you get given 1 Energy Collector Mark II to start out from the quest. And then you have to make Energy Collector Mark 1s to get the rest of your power flowers up. Well, while I was editing my videos, I let these run. And I let EMC replicate the Energy Collector Mark IIs. And so now I have 3 power flowers, technically. I'm making the 3rd one now, but I wanted to show it to you. These 2 I already made the correct way now, but I've been just replicating these Energy Collector Mark IIs with all the EMC we're making. So instead of having all of these filled with Energy Collector Mark 1s, they're all Energy Collector Mark 2s. So we're just going to start from scratch. I'll go ahead and just make this one new so you can see how it's done the correct way. Like I said, now that I learned, thank you very, very much, Chosen, for showing me the correct way to do this. So let's see. I want it to be up a few blocks from here. So we'll put this here. All right, so we'll start out with glowstone at the bottom. Then we're going to put an energy collector. Then we need a antimatter relay. And then we need our energy condenser. From here, we need to surround this energy condenser on all sides except for the front with these antimatter relays. So, and it's kind of finicky with positioning, so we're just gonna position all of these on all sides except the front, I said, except I just did it. Oh, I also made a magnet. Magnets are super simple to make in this pack. So I just made a quick magnet. It helps to pick up items that are 5 blocks away. When we collect the geoers, sometimes they fall into the void and we lose them. So at least with a magnet, we don't lose them. And now when we break any blocks, excuse me, we just automatically pick them up. So we're going to fill in all sides except the front with the antimatter relay. We have the back. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to fill in all sides of that with the energy collector. Whoops. Sometimes I fall off. Alright, so now we're just going to cover all sides of these antimatter relays with these energy collector Mark IIs. Alright. Like this. And pretty much you just want to make sure that there's no dark blocks visible. Alright. And we'll have to go down below to get the other ones. So... And I'm just using this black stone as like a bridging block so I can stand on it. It just makes it easier, in my opinion. Oops, not that one. Alright. And these. This one, put one there. Alright, and we'll need some over on this side. Alright. Put one here. I think that's it. I think we've got all of the antimatter relays covered. Alright, perfect. So then once we have all the antimatter relays covered, now we have to cover all faces of these energy collectors with glowstone. So now we're just going to go through and do pretty much the same thing. We're just going to cover everything with glowstone. So we can just kind of go through and start covering everything here. Cover all these. Alright. Just like this. Cover this one. And just like with the other ones, we just want to make sure that we cover all of these. Alright. And we have to get all the undersides as well. Okay. So, you know, it uses a good amount of materials, but once you get a couple of these up and running, you know, you find you have plenty of materials to replicate using the EMC that you've already been collecting. Alright, let's see. I know we got a couple left. Got one here. We've got one here. Let's see how we're looking. Oh, I got a couple left on this side. Let's see. Glowstone. Cover these up. Alright. We got one on the back. We can just go bloop and bloop. Remove this one. Alright. How's that looking? I think that's looking pretty good. I think we got it all covered. Yep, looks good to me. Then we can still access the energy condenser in the middle. We can't cover these faces here in the middle, because then we can't access the energy condenser. But yeah, now we have a functioning to the maximum capacity that we're able to do as of right now. Power flower. And then we just remove those extra blocks, and I like having it just kind of look like it's floating. I think it looks kind of cool. So now we've got 3 of these. I don't need any of these then anymore, so we'll stop these from producing. I had a whole bunch of extra, what do you call it? Energy collectors producing, but these, I mean, these have a ton of EMC stored in them. They're 29,000 EMC each. So between those, plus the glowstone, plus the antimatter relays, if I ever need EMC, I've got plenty. Plus I'm now producing a ton. So I'm going to put all of this like EMC stuff in one chest. And then I've got a bunch of iron that I had EMC'd as well. So I had duped with some EMC. And looks like we're starting to run out of some storage, so I'm gonna make another chest. Let's do that. Alright. And then I do want to make it a sophisticated storage chest. So let's see here. We can make it iron. Let's grab our iron. We also need levers for it, I believe. So let's do basic to iron. Oops, we need 2 of those. All right. So we've got our chests. And like that. And then we can upgrade it to iron. All right. Awesome. Put all of our iron in one chest. That kind of just helps keep things a little bit organized, I guess. Just a tad. Not that I'm very organized, but... Alright. There we go. Alright, so that was pretty much, I think, the in-between episodes stuff. So, now that we did that, we have a couple other things that we need to start getting done here. So we're going to have to make a Philosopher's Stone. So it says, as for one of the few beings that knows the crafting method for the Philosopher's Stone, I could take full advantage of this legendary tool lost to time. Its true power lies in the ability to transmute objects from one state of matter to another. Thanks to spirit infusion, this power also extends to spiritual transmutation, transforming the inhabitants of Helheim into those from other realms. Craft a Philosopher's Stone. To transmute monsters with the Philosopher's Stone, you will need to provide it with EMC. The Klein Star provided from this quest reward will work if placed in its curio slot, but you can also consume 6 redstone or 1 glowstone from your inventory per transmutation. Press the fire projectile key while holding the Philosopher's Stone to shoot a short-range ball that transmutes mobs if you have EMC. You can acquire a charged Klein Star from the emergency items on top right of quest interface in case you misplace the one given via this quest reward. Alright. So, we need to make the Philosopher's Stone, so this is going to be another spirit infusion. So we need some rotten flesh, we need soul-stained steel nuggets, some redstone, and hex ash. So not too bad. We also need 4 arcane spirit and 4 eldritch spirit, and an ender pearl. So we have ender pearls. Is it just 1 ender pearl? Yeah, just 1 ender pearl. We have eldritch and arcane. Right? Eldritch and arcane. We need hex ash, redstone. Redstone. Soul stained. And then hex ash. How many soul stained was it? Hopefully just 4. It is just 4. Woohoo! And then 8 rotten flesh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's close enough. Alright. So let's see. We just need to do this. So you go in the middle. You go here. Here. Some rotten flesh. Redstone. hex ash, and soul stained steel nugget. All right, and it's working. All right, and with that, we do have our Philosopher's Stone. So let's go ahead and grab everything else off of our table and our pedestals. All right. So we should be able to put everything else away. And then we get the Klein Star from that quest. All right. So I think the Klein Star pretty much just acts like a power storage for the Philosopher's Stone. So let's go up here. I think... Does it go into the energy collector? It looks like it. Yeah, so the EMC is going up in the Klein Star. I guess that's what we want, right? That looks right. Yeah, the energy in the relay is going down, and it's going up in the Klein Star. Okay, good. And then I guess it just uses the EMC that's in the Klein Star for the Philosopher's Stone to transmute objects or mobs. And it says we have to use the R keybind for that. So we'll try it out here. Let's see. So if we put this... I don't know which slot you go in. I guess in the curio slot. It says there's a Klein Star slot. Oh, down at the bottom right there, I see. Okay. So now I hold this in my hand. Let's go find a mob. So if I don't like the dog... Oh, but that's the shader's key. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, if we want to go ahead and change a mob, we just hold the Philosopher's Stone in our hand and hit the R button, and it's going to change our mobs. Then we can use our scythe. Neat. And we just go ahead and we can kill them. So we can get different kind of spirits this way by killing different mobs from different dimensions. So that's kind of cool. So we just hold it in our offhand, or in our hand. We got a stray. Okay. Cool. So we can get all sorts of different, what do you call it? Spirits that way. All right. And then let's see. So our Klein Star still has plenty of EMC, so that's good. And let's see. So we got Wicked, Aerial, Arcane. We got some arrows doing that. Very good. Let's go ahead and put all of this stuff away. And then let's take a look here. So we have some more quests. The next one, using the Philosopher's Stone, I can also convert obsidian into lava, which has a wide range of uses and should allow me to begin casting my own metallic tools once I have built an appropriate foundry. So we got the obsidian. We can convert obsidian into lava and scoop it into a bucket. All right. So we'll go ahead and make a bucket. Just your standard bucket. And then let's grab our obsidian. Grab that. I'm just going to put it in a hole so when we turn it into lava, it's already in a hole. Ah, we had to shift click. Okay. So now we have a bucket of lava. All right, now I could put, I could just put the basalt back. There we go. All right, perfect. So we got this one. Then we also have unlimited food. It seems when lava is about to come in contact with this purple carbonated fluid under the glass, it hardens instantly, converting it into edible rock. If I set this up correctly, I should have an infinite source of food, though it's hardly nourishing even for this body. Make a cobblestone generator with lava and purple grape soda. Alright, so let's make another bucket. And, so we've got this stuff under here. Can I scoop you up? Purple soda. Okay. Can I put you back? There we go. Alright, let's see. So if I go like this, and this, and this... Okay, so we basically made a orange rock candy generator that essentially just continues to make these orange rock candies. I don't quite know why, but it's a light snack and we can eat it, so I guess we should try to eat it. Alright, well we did eat it. I don't know if that's the best use for our lava and purple soda, but we did. So we've got that quest done. All right. And then let's see. So we got that one done. That gives us some more orange rock candy, because why not? I mean, at least it gives us some food, right? Let's see, what else do we have next? So we need a spirit pouch. That's optional, but we probably will do that here. So we have other realms spirits, and we also have Tinker's Forging. The weapons and gear I've made have and will continue to prove useful for a while, but if I wish to truly become a master craftsman like the dwarves, I'll need to dirty my hands and become a tinkerer. I don't have the dwarves' massive forges or automatic methods of resource extraction, so I'll have to turn sand into gravel. Acquire seared bricks by smelting grout. Alright, so we need to get gravel, grout, and seared brick. So we need to do a few things here. Let's see. So we can turn sandstone into gravel. So let's do this. Sandstone is just 4 sand blocks. I don't think I have any sand left. I think I smelted it all. How did we get sand originally? I don't even remember anymore. Let's see. How did we get sand originally? There we go. The hammer. Oh, the dead coral and the hammer. That's right. Dead coral. And our hammer. Okay. Alright, so let's put one of you in here, make up a bunch of sand. Luckily, we get pretty good amount of sand pretty quick. Alright, that's enough sand. And then let's put that in here. Then we'll turn this into sandstone. Alright. We'll put one of those in here as well. So anything that's going in this chest is pretty much stuff that I want to save one of so that I can duplicate it if needed. And then this we're going to turn into gravel with our Philosopher's Stone. Alright, so that's now gravel. Awesome. And then this I can make multiple of with our EMC. So let's get a whole bunch of that. We'll get a couple stacks of gravel, because I think we're going to need quite a bit. Alright. I'll let that continue to run for a minute. Let's put one of you in there. Then we need the grout. So we're going to need sand, gravel, and clay. Okay. And then this is just grout smelted. Alright, so to get clay, we're gonna need a few things here. We need to get dirt essence and water essence. So those we're gonna make in our spirit infusion again. So we just need some amethyst dust and aqueous spirits. So these are gonna come from a few different mobs. So it looks like we'll just have to cycle through some mobs. So like drowned we can get it from. We could get it from gassed. Okay. And then the other one was dirt essence. That we're gonna get from making sand and earth essence. And earth essence we're gonna get from earthen spirits, which we already have. And we have plenty of amethyst dust, so that's good. Well, we have plenty of amethyst around. So I'm going to go around and collect all the materials we need and get some more spirits, because we're going to need a ton. And that's just going to take a bunch of busy work with killing a bunch of mobs and collecting a bunch of amethyst and stuff like that. So I will do all that, and I'll be back when I have all the required resources we need to craft up our stuff. Alright, so we finally went ahead and were able to make our water, earth, and dirt essences. So let's take a look. So with the earthen spirits and the aqueous spirits, we do get a choice reward of some more spirits. So we're going to take the sacred spirits, because those come from the like passive mobs, and we haven't really gotten to any passive mobs yet. So we'll take sacred. And then we need to make clay balls. So now that we have all three of those essences, we can make clay balls. And to do that, that's super simple. We're just going to go ahead and pretty much mix these. Alright, that gives us another quest completed. Awesome. So it says, with access to spirits from other realms, I can now begin actually making tools from those realms. Clay shall prove to be another malleable and versatile material. Alright. There's also a gate pearl, elemental heart gateway. These magical gateways open a one-way path to other realms, allowing their creatures to cross through into Helheim. This is a will prove valuable as a means to continuously harvest spirits and many more resources. So we can craft and use the elemental heart gateway. So we get a couple things. We get a miniature red heart, a vesper wing, and 2 reward rolls. So it looks like there's you get some extra spirits and stuff like that. So we may do that here in a little while. We're not going to do it quite yet, but we may do that soon. That's not quite required yet. There's also Freyr's Market. So binding the spirit of the god Freyr within an ender pearl will summon him to trade farmable resources with me if I can provide enough unrefined spirits. Although I can hoe and plant crops without water, crops planted on unhydrated farmland grow very slowly. I'll have to depend on bone meal until I can obtain better soil. Trade with Freyr. So we can make Freyr's Market. We just need to get unrefined spirits. So any spirits we have, if we smelt them, they just become unrefined, pretty much blank slates. And to do that, we need earth and spirit, an ender pearl, and then we need an iron trapdoor, 2 wood logs and 2 dirt essence. That should be easy enough. So let's bookmark this. Iron trapdoor, that's easy. That's just 4 iron. We have plenty of that. So we'll make that here real quick. All right, iron trapdoor. Then we needed 2 dirt essence, and we need 2 logs. I know we've got logs here somewhere. I think we could just use the stripped. And we needed an ender pearl. I think just 1 again. Let's see. 1 ender pearl, 2 dirt, 2 strip logs, and 2 earthen spirit. All right, let's give that a go, shall we? So we've got our trap door. Ender pearl goes in the middle. Our logs here. 1, 2. I think it was just 2 earthen spirit. Yep. 2 earthen spirit. And that didn't work. Oh, and we need the essence, the dirt essence. There we go. So we'll get Frere's Market, and then we can get some, like, seeds and stuff to start making some, what do you call it? Yep. Some of the, some food and stuff like that. Alright. We've got Frere's Market. Let's put Frere right here. There we go. We've got Frere. So we can get a bunch of different stuff. We have barley, corn, radish, onion, flax, rice, spinach, green bean. Let's see. We got potatoes, carrots, a bunch of different saplings. We have bone meal. We don't need the bone meal. We have plenty of bones. We probably will get potatoes. So we have to trade an unrefined spirit. So let's go ahead and smelt one of those. We also need to get... so we could just make some dirt with our dirt essence. And then we'll also need to go ahead and make a hoe. So let's do that. All right. And should just be able to make a wood one. That should be fine. And let's see if we put all of this over here. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna put a bunch of this dirt down. All right, and then grab our unrefined spirit. And we'll trade with Frere's Market here. So we did get another quest completed for Frere's Market, which gave us some mutton wraps as a reward. All right. And let's see. Let's put some of this in our backpack for right now. All right. All right. Let's see. Give me a potato. Whoops. Nope. I want a potato. Alright, so we'll take the potato. Alright, and then... let's see. Alright, and then we can grow some potatoes. And, we can actually... we can EMC the bones. Let's put one in our EMC chest. Go up here. Alright, there we go. We can get a bunch of bones. And then that's going to give us bone meal. So we can get a whole bunch of potatoes. And then we can just kind of pretty much get unlimited food. Alright. So then we'll be able to smelt up the potatoes and get some baked potatoes. Alright. Let's go up here. We don't need to keep making bones. So we'll stop bone production for now. And yeah, so now we have a way to make some farms and get some stuff like that growing as well. So, another step in our stuff done. But we still need to get our Tinker's Forge up and running. So we need to get this grout going. So for our grout, we needed the sand, gravel, and clay. So let's do that. Let's put some of this stuff away. All right. And then we'll take this stuff out. Alright. Grab our gravel. Sand, gravel, clay. Need more clay. This we can turn into clay balls, I believe. Maybe on the cutting board. Yeah. Looks like we might need a shovel. That's no problem. So shovel is just gonna be this. Stone shovel. And then... Alright, clay balls. And then make some more clay. Alright, then let's make our grout. We'll make a stack. Alright. Then... get our baked potatoes, and then we'll start smelting up our grout. And that's gonna get us our seared bricks. Okay, and then... once we get our seared bricks, that's gonna get us another quest completed. So let's see, get our seared bricks. Alright, awesome. And then we get a few free ones as well. Alright, so we have the spirit pouch. This one says I should fashion together a pouch made from spirit fabric. This will automatically harvest any spirit crystals I collect into its inventory instead of my own. Liquid soul can be extracted from some items and most entities within Helheim, even from myself inside the smeltery, which I will need to assemble. Craft a spirit pouch. So we need to do the smeltery first. So, Tinker's Construct, we have all the Tinker stuff here. So there's a bunch of different stuff within Tinker's, but we want to make the smeltery. So that's pretty much what we're working on here. We need the smeltery controller, the drain, and the bricks. So let's see. Multi-blocks are set up with a 3x3 base, but they can be expanded up to 14 by 14. So the bigger you make the smeltery, the bigger the insides are and the more it can hold. But we don't want to make it too big because then it's just going to get kind of out of hand. So let's see. We should be able to make quite a few, so I'm not too worried about it. But I'll go ahead and make all the pieces and see where we're at with it. Okay, so we made the base of our smeltery here, but to get started we need a smeltery controller. And to get a smeltery controller, we're going to need to smelt some copper. And we can't do that without first making the simple smeltery thingamabob. So we need a fuel tank, and then we need the seared melter on top of that. And then we need the faucet on here, and the basin underneath that. Then we need to put our copper in, and we're gonna need our fuel. All right, and then our copper is going to melt, and then we're gonna pour the copper over the seared bricks. And I don't remember exactly how much copper it is. There might be a little bit of waste, but I'm not too worried about it. It's just some copper, so I'm not too worried. So that should cool down. And that's going to give us our smeltery controller. All right. And with that, that does give us pretty much the cast for everything. I didn't accept the quest yet. Let me throw some of this stuff in our inventory, or in our chest, so we have room. Because that's a lot of stuff. So let me complete that. And that pretty much gives us a bunch of different casts. Alright, so now I can go ahead and put our smeltery controller in our big smeltery. And there we go. So now we have our big smeltery. So that's good. I don't need that bookmarked. Alright. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead and make a chest for over there as well. So let's make a chest. I'm going to make a double chest. Might as well. Alright. And I like to just have a chest over here so I can swap out my plates easy enough. So if I need to use the plates, I could just swap them out. Alright. So let's take our basin. And we'll put our basin back. So we have our table for all the plates. And then we have our basin for blocks. We can get rid of all this. Okay. We could put all this in our chest here. That's fine. Alright, perfect. We did also get some copper cans. So we have those as well. Alright, so the next thing we wanted to look into was this spirit pouch. So most of this stuff we can make or have already. We have string. The spirit fabric is pretty easy to make. We have wicked spirits, we have earthen spirits, and we have aerial spirits. We have string. We either have hex ash or can make hex ash. And we could just use white wool. So we can make white wool with the string. We just need 4 string per wool. So all of that is super easy. We can make spirit fabric, no problem. That gives us 4. The only thing that we don't have is the soul glass. So for soul glass, we need liquid soul. We need 1 block in the smeltery. So the way to get liquid soul is essentially entity melting. So yeah, pretty much an entity needs to melt in the smeltery. Alright, so we're pouring out our liquid soul. Oh boy. Alright, so we're waiting for that to harden. Let's put our armor back on. We'll eat some more while we're waiting for that to harden. And then we have our soul glass. So now we just need to go ahead and make that spirit fabric. So let's see, we needed 2 wicked, 1 earthen, 1 aerial. So let's grab all of our spirits. 2 wicked, 1 earthen, and 1 aerial. I know we had aerial. There they are. Alright, and then we needed string, which I know we had plenty of. So we need... like this. 2 of those. And I think just 1 or 2 string. Let's see. 2 string. Okay, so 2 string. And then we needed more hex ash. I think we just needed 1. We could put those away. And let's see. 1 hex ash, 2 string, 2 wool. Alright, I think we have everything we need to make the spirit fabric stuff. So let's put all of these in there. Alright, and our white wool. Then we need our string and our hex ash. Alright, awesome. That's crafting right up. We're gonna need that other string, I believe. Let me go ahead and put one of you in my EMC chest so we can replicate it if needed. Alright, we got our spirit fabric. And then we can make our spirit pouch. There we go. That was easy enough. Alright. Put all that away. And we can collect our quest for the spirit pouch. And that gives us some more hex ash, so that's good as well. Alrighty. So, we've gotten quite a ways through our quest book here so far. We have our alchemical calcs up next. Let me see, because I'm also going to need to make a shield here at some point. Can you go in a curio slot, I wonder? Because it would be nice. Keeps your inventory clean while collecting spirits. No. So, will these automatically go in the spirit pouch? Ah, I can put them in there. So that's good. It'll be nice to have all the spirits in one spot. So they don't clutter up my inventory. Like it says, I mean, that's the whole purpose of the spirit pouch. Alright. Whoops. So we'll put all of our spirits in there. Put that stuff away. Alright. That looks better. So now if we open this, it'll have all of our spirits. Nice. We also have the quest for the gateway. So to do this, it's 2 nether quartz, 2 infernal. So it's aerial, aqueous, infernal, and earthen, and an ender pearl. So one of you. So earthen, aerial, infernal, and aqueous. And then quartz. I think it was just 2 quartz. Yeah. 2 of everything except for the ender pearl. So let's go ahead and make the gateway. And then our quartz. We'll put our shield in our offhand. I think I'm going to do the gateway here right in our area here so we don't get outside mobs spawning also. We only get the mobs that we want from the gateway. Okay. So yeah, I think we'll just, we'll go ahead and we'll just spawn it right here in the middle. We'll fly so we don't, get demolished. And this shouldn't be too bad. Alright, wave 2 here in a sec. We get some drowned. Alright. Got him. Awesome, not too bad so far. We got some husks. We got a baby husk. Alright. Cool. We've got wave 4. Alright, we got some strays, which are annoying, but not the end of the world. With our armor and our scythe, they're really not that bad. Alright. And then we have our last wave. Alright, we got this guy who's annoying, but we should be able to get him down. Hopefully he'll come down here and hit us. There we go. Alright. There we go. We did it! Alright, look at that. We completed it. So, what did we get? We got a lot of stuff. We got a Vesper wing. It's a disgusting snack. We got rotting essence. Ew. We got a soul bead. Miniature red heart. Grim talc. Gritty flesh. Brined flesh. We got a glycering melon slice. We got some gunpowder, which we already had. Redstone we already had. We got some more spirits. So we got some stuff. Nothing super great, but we got some decent stuff. We'll probably do a couple more of those just to kind of get some more rewards, because you get some random rewards like the glycering melon slice and the gunpowder. The redstone, like stuff like that, is random rewards. So it's possible we could get some better stuff that we might need in the future. So I may do a couple more of those. They're really not that hard. And yeah, I might need to do a few more of those to try to get some more rewards. But we did get a good amount of what do you call it? Spirits as well. So that's good, because we definitely need a whole lot of those. Seems like we need those quite a bit. So let's put all of this away. Alright. Just making sure there's nothing in here we need. Nope. Alright, awesome. And we got a lot of rotten flesh, too. Alright, awesome. So with that, we completed that quest. And that gave us some more skill points, so that's good. Let's take a look at our skill tree here while we're at it. So we had gone down to the scythe proficiency, mob drops extra spirits when killed. We got those. Did we get the scythe proficiency? I don't think we didn't get those two yet. I did go up and get +5 stamina, but I do want to get ultimine. We have enough for that, so let's grab that. And then we're gonna get +2 max health. And then we want to go up to +1 base armor. That's our next one that we want to get. So yeah, I think overall we're doing pretty darn good if you ask me. Let's eat again just to heal up. There we go. At least now we pretty much have infinite potatoes, so we can keep cooking up our potatoes as well. And yeah, our armor's looking good. We still got Unbreaking 2 on all of that. And yeah, Frere ran away. Frere was scared, so he ran away, and I think he may have gotten well, let's just say he ran away home. Frere has gone to greener pastures. But we can still use Frere's market. So, on the plus side, we could still use the market without Frere being there. So, thank you for your sacrifice, Frere. We'll grab our coal. We don't really need the iron geode anymore now that we have all the EMC we can use. But we still need the coal geodes. We don't have coal yet that we can use in the power flowers to duplicate yet. So we still need the coal geodes. So for now, we'll keep those. We'll just keep these in the meantime as well. But eventually we may not need them and we'll get rid of them. But we'll keep them for now. So, with that, everybody, we are going to wrap up this episode here. Thank you all so much for coming and watching this video. I greatly appreciate all of the support. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, subscribe if you feel so inclined. If you think of any other tips that I may be missing, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you again, Chosen Architect, for all of the inspiration and all of the new things I learned from you by watching every video as well. I know I learn new things from watching your videos, and hopefully you guys learn new things from watching my videos. So I appreciate you coming out. Don't forget to hit that like button. I'm Cy Strikeling, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.